Day is brought to you by Barton Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
Has a chance to take his team to the championship game. Here it is on the way, and the Denver Broncos have won it in overtime. It's Rashid Shaheed with his team. Shaheed breaks through. Still going. A flag flies. Shaheed's going to take it all the way. Let's see if it stands. It's a 95-yard return if it holds to start the game. Walker looking for the trifecta. He's got it. Touchdown, Seahawks. Anderson coming off the edge. May steps into it, takes a shot downfield, and caught for the touchdown, Kayshon Boutte. Wow.
Command in motion. Williams drifting, sprinting for space, in all kinds of trouble, put it up for grabs in the end zone. He got it for the touchdown. They've done it again. Unbelievable. From the 48, deep drop. Williams has got time. Shot downfield in trouble. Is intercepted by Ken Curl to send the Rams to the championship game. Mavis from 42 online, and it's good. And the Los Angeles Rams go to the championship game.
Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome into the Mayo Money Management Studio. My name is Brant Daughtry, and this is another episode of Sports Day. I'm the host of this program. Landon Winkler is in the corner. He's running your video feed and your cameras in the studio as well. Sports Day is presented by Barton Community College, offering exceptional and affordable learning opportunities, supporting student, community, and employee needs. I'm joined in the studio today, as we are just about every Monday. Garrett Fitzpatrick of the Great Bend Rec is in the studio. Garrett, you're in the studio a whole lot.
Good morning. Yes, I am. I am here a few days.
And we like having you.
Well, geez, thank you. Appreciate that. I like being here.
You're good on the air.
Am I? Okay.
I think.
I got her face for radio, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
As people say the same thing, except we do have the cameras turned on in here.
Oh. I'm in trouble now.
Well, your sounds of the past 24 hours, it's how we bring you the start of every single show. Garrett, let's just go ahead and get into it. Wild divisional round in the NFL playoffs as the Broncos beat the Bills but lose their quarterback. The Patriots beat the Texans, and the Texans kind of look lost on offense for the latter half of the year. The Bears have the play of the year, still find a way to lose in overtime. The Rams take it 20-17. And the Seahawks come out and just boat race the 49ers 41-6. 4 games played. 3 of them were decently close. 2 of them were instant classics. Where do you want to start? Do you have a preference?
Man, I don't. Like you said, there's some classics and some.
Let's start with the boring one here.
Okay.
The Seahawks, you heard it in the sounds of the past 24 hours. The Seattle Seahawks take back the opening kickoff, 99 yards, 95 yards, something like that.
Yeah.
Rashid Shaheed, who has been named a Pro Bowler for his return ability more than once in his career. There was a flag thrown. I can't remember what the flag was, but it didn't take the touchdown off the board. Kenneth Walker, is he a junior? Is he Kenneth Walker Jr., Kenneth Walker the third? I can't remember.
Not sure.
Either way, he runs for 3 touchdowns in this game. He's really good. And the Seahawks, they never look back after going up 7-0 to start the game.
No, he made his dad proud of him, though. Had a heck of a game, that's for sure. But, yeah, that was, you kind of feel sorry for 49ers. They were just beat up terrible.
Yeah. Their injury luck has been astounding over the past couple of years.
Yeah, and you know what? McCaffrey went out later on, and their tight end went out. They were already on their backup tight. But you can't use excuses. Every team has them, especially, Broncos aren't. They're crying right now.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that game a little bit later. But yeah, it was an ugly game. Like I said, it just started out wrong and it went downhill real quick for the 49ers. So
Let's go Broncos Bills next, because there was some fallout from this game that I think is interesting.
wow.
33-30, Broncos get the walk-off field goal in overtime. Bo Nix breaks his ankle. He's done for the year. And other former Auburn quarterback Jarrett Stidham is going to step in to start the AFC Championship game against the Patriots. This game was wild. This game was incredible. Broncos get out to a big lead. Bills come back. Broncos kind of put away the comeback in overtime. And back and forth they go. Bo Nix taking a knee, trying to center the ball for the kicker. It gets stepped on. If this is happening in the regular season, 0% chance he gets fallen on by a 300-pound defensive tackle.
Right.
But because it's the playoffs and because things are a little bit heightened and because you go for that ball when you can in the playoff scenario, Bo Nix gets fallen on and he's limping walking off, but it doesn't look bad.
Yeah.
But, Sean Payton comes to the podium after the game and says, hey, Bo's got a broken ankle. He's done for the year. And Jarrett Stidham has to step in.
Yeah. He said he came off field, I was just thinking, oh, he's all right,
Yeah.
And then that came across, I'm like, oh, wow.
It's huge because, look, I have watched more of Bo Nix and Jarrett Stidham than most people,
Mm-hmm.
being fans of the schools that both of those young men graduated from. They both hold degrees from Auburn, and so that's why I think Auburn can claim them. Anyway,
Okay.
Stidham did finish out his career at Auburn. He's played his last 2 years there.
I've said it on here before. I'm not a Broncos fan.
That's fair.
But that's
Not a lot of people around here are.
No, and not a lot of Steeler fans around either. But anyway, that does stink. I feel, that hurts. It's, you're going to the Super Bowl or a chance or whatever, and you lose your quarterback. I mean, injuries is part of the game. Everyone has them. No one can, it's the next man up. But especially quarterbacks, when you lose your quarterback, I hate that. Just for the sport, the game of football, for those players and us fans and everything. If you're going to go in, you want them to be fully loaded, at least with a healthy quarterback. So, but next guy up, that's the way it is.
Has to be the next man up. And after the loss, the Bills have fired head coach Sean McDermott.
That came across today. And I was like, what? There has to be something going on back behind the doors or something.
Sean McDermott, what he's done with the Bills, they have been the most dominant team in the NFL in the regular season. He can't get them over the hump in the playoffs.
But he makes the playoffs.
He makes the playoffs constantly. He's, you constantly feel like, well, they're one play away. I'm honestly kind of shocked at this move. I get it, but I didn't think they'd do it, and I'm not sure I agree with it yet. We'll see what happens. But
it's kind of like Tomlinson. He's retiring or resigning, what have you.
Yeah.
And the Steeler fans have been after him, like for the same reason. He wins 500 games, but we get beat in the playoffs every year. And
the thing with Tomlin, the reason that I understand Pittsburgh fans being mad with Tomlin and why I think it was the right time for him to step away, they will have a winning record. But that's about as good as the Steelers have been over the past decade. They're going to be 9-8 or 10-7, something
but
like that.
Be careful what you ask for.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
where do they go from here?
Right. I think it'll be a young defensive coordinator. That's where they went for all three coaches in my lifetime.
Yeah,
actually. So, and that's my prediction. Will be. I really hope it's LaFlores, gentleman.
Oh, LaFleur from Green Bay.
Yes.
No,
I'm sorry.
Mike LaFleur, not Matt LaFleur.
Yes, yeah.
There's two of them.
Yes.
He's with the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I think.
The D coordinator. He was with the Steelers for a little bit. He was at Miami as head coach. That didn't work out. Or was he head coach? Or
that was Brian Flores.
Brian Flores. That's who. Yes, that's who I'm wanting for.
Yeah.
That's who I really.
That'd be a great hire for the Steelers.
That's my prediction.
That would be a really good hire for the Steelers. I'd be a fan of that for them for sure.
Man, you're talking about was there 10 coaches vacancy? I think one's been filled now.
There are, I think, 11. I saw today that a third of the NFL will have a new head coach next year.
It's just like college football.
It is.
If you're not winning the Super Bowl, or the national championship, gone. And I don't know. It's. Say, be careful what you ask for. Look at, I just
someone's going to get to be the head coach of Josh Allen next year.
Yes.
That's going to be a very, very sought after job.
Yes, extremely. So we'll see.
Patriots and Texans. The Patriots win at 28-16. That game was close in the final score. One possession game towards the very end. It never felt like the Texans were threatening in this game, though.
No.
And as much as I love the Texans defense, and they made some plays in this game, what in the world happened to C.J. Stroud?
Wow.
That dude, his rookie year, looked like he was, he had the makings of future NFL MVP. If he can be consistent, we're talking about a really good quarterback for a very long time. He's fallen off a cliff since his rookie season.
Yeah, he didn't have a very good season this year, and yesterday he was just that was hard to watch a little bit, and just his reaction, his face reaction coming off the field and everything. It's like he was defeated, he was beat. So Texans got maybe something they've got to look forward to in the future here. What are they going to do with that quarterback and that defense is?
That defense is exceptional. They have the defense right. They have the head coach right.
Yeah.
You got to get the quarterback at some point, and that's going to drive a good offense. And their receiving core is not bad. I think Nico Collins is a good number one. He's not the top receiver in the league, but he can do it.
That's like 25 other teams in the NFL looking for that quarterback, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It is a very tough job, and there are not 30 of them in the world that can do it at the level that's needed.
No. Quarterback play is crucial.
Mm-hmm. And the nightcap, this one, insanity. Bears fall to the Rams at home, 20-17. What in the world? All right, let's just bury the lead here. That final play, not the final play in regulation, but the Caleb Williams touchdown to Cole Kmet at the very end to tie it up and force overtime. It's 4th and 4? It's 4th and 4.
Something. I think it was.
And he runs backwards for 20 yards. His back is turned to the line of scrimmage. Runs backwards, gets to the 40. Turns, sees that the entire defense is about to fall on him at one time. Throws up a fadeaway off his back foot, the Kobe Bryant jumper-esque, and just finds Cole Kmet in the back of the end zone. And it's intentional. He meant to throw it to Cole Kmet in that spot. That position, pardon me.
Did you hear that the noise outside when that play was made?
Yeah.
I just heard like every D coordinator in the nation yelling. It was like, how do you let that happen?
How do you I don't know, man. Caleb Williams, I mentioned it on this morning's AM Great Ben show. There are a lot of folks who don't like him.
Yes,
he makes some mistakes. I don't care that he paints his fingernails, man. He could go out there in a bright pink wig and do the things that he's doing, and I just watch that man throw a football. Watch that man play football and tell me he's not a great quarterback.
No respect.
He's awesome.
Put him with John Elway. I mean, and Larry Bird, and for me, I could go on, but George Brett, people are really going to yell at me for this, but I respect him, but I never liked him.
You don't like George Brett?
I did not
what
like
did George Brett
do.
do? I've never met someone who didn't like George Brett.
I just don't
or at
like
least
George
have like
Brett.
a level of respect.
I have too many Royals fans back that just just like everyone, Anyway, we'll move on. Yeah.
So championship games are set. Broncos and Patriots. Chalk holds there, 1 versus 2. The Rams, as the 5 seed, make it through to the championship round. They'll face the Seahawks in Seattle. Broncos get a home game. They're doing it with their backup quarterback. Drake May looks real good.
Yes. Patriots are favored by 5.5, and Seattle's 2.5.
Yep.
Oh.
It'll be interesting.
It will be. Like I said, I really hate it that Bo got hurt for the Broncos. That's just been a great game. I don't know. I have a feeling it's not going to be
It's not going to be you're going to wonder, right? What would this game be if the starting quarterback was available?
But, hey, maybe they come out and win it. Then you're like, hey, we don't need Bo Nix anymore.
I like Jarrett Stidham. I think Jarrett Stidham's a good quarterback. His last start in the NFL, it was with the Raiders. It was a Week 17 game where both teams were out of the playoffs already. He threw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Right.
He threw an interception in that game as well. But
he's definitely not the worst backup quarterback a team could have going into this situation.
No, not at all.
He's got experience and So
right. We got to hit our first break of the show. We'll I don't know. We'll talk over the break what we want to do for the remainder. You're listening to Sports Day live from the Mayo Money Management Studio here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Sutherland's is your complete home improvement and hardware store. Tens of thousands of products are in stock at everyday low prices. Sutherland's also offers custom buildings, including post-frame barns, garages, and deck packages too. The friendly and knowledgeable staff at Sutherland's, always ready to help you with any project. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, plywood, and OSB, fencing, power tools, furniture, and more. They simply sell for less. Sutherland's, West 10th, Great Bend, helping America build it better since 1917.
Marmy Auto Group makes it happen. Central and Western Kansas. Check out our selection of new and pre-owned inventory. Marmy's friendly staff offers top quality service that you've gotten to know over the years. When your existing vehicle needs parts or service, our experienced team will get you back in the game this season. Marmy Chevrolet, GMC, Ford and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram, parts, service, and body shop. Visit Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street or marmys.net. Marmy's, make it happen.
Service from people you know, quality products and professional installation. That's Kern Floor Service. Stop by Kern Floor Service and browse through the different selections of flooring from laminate to vinyl, carpet, wood, and ceramic tile. See their selection of area rugs or special order the one that fits your decor, and don't forget, they can spice up those countertops too. So stop by Kern Floor Service today. Kern Floor Service, 908 Coolidge in Great Bend.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Hey Cougar fans, this is Brant Daughtry, voice of the Barton Cougars. Cheering from the stands is great, but you can give our athletes a true competitive advantage by joining the Cougar Booster Club. Boosters provide the best equipment and facility upgrades, helping Barton athletes succeed at the regional and national level. Whether you're a business or an individual, your support matters. Call 620-792-9377 and become a Cougar Booster today. Go Cougars!
The College Football Playoff National Championship. The magical run by the 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes continues.
There's no bad play, no bad call, no injury that we can't overcome.
When they faced a top-ranked and undefeated Indiana Hoosiers.
All I can say is go IU and
College football's national championship game, Indiana-Miami. Coverage 5:30 Monday on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Yeah, that's right. We've got the College Football National Championship radio broadcast by ESPN coming to you right here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM here tonight. Coverage starts at 5:30. Sports Day is presented in part by Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street in Great Bend, also by Sutherland's, helping you build it better since 1917. From quality lumber, plywood, and OSB to cabinets, plumbing, hardware, and power tools, they have everything you need to get the job done. Visit Sutherland's on 10th Street. Also in part by the Barton Cougar Booster Club, continuing their efforts to make the Barton Community College athletics programs the best in the country. Garrett, let's talk about that College Football National Championship. Indiana, the team with the most losses in FBS over their history.
Really?
More losses than any other FBS. I believe I heard that somewhere. Fact check me if I'm wrong. I'll fact check during our next break just to be sure. But I did hear someone say more losses than any other program in Division I FBS. One of the perennial doormats of their conference, of the sport at large. And they're in the national championship game and have looked far and away like the best team in college football this year. But they're on the road, Miami Gardens, Florida, to face the Miami Hurricanes. In Hard Rock
Michael
Stadium.
Irvin.
And Michael Irvin on the sideline, who
goodness.
I honestly think at nearly 60 years old could come off the sideline, put on pads, and be good for about 12 snaps.
Good for you.
You look at Michael Irvin. Well, I don't want to worry about Michael Irvin because Michael Irvin has
Let's get on.
very little impact on tonight's game.
Miami is probably one of my top. I know I've talked about things I don't like, but Miami ranks right up there at the top. And the reason is that being Huskers, we lost so many times to them in the Orange Bowl, at Miami. And by the way, where's this game played at tonight?
It's in the Orange Bowl.
It's in the Orange Bowl in Miami.
Hard Rock Stadium,
right?
where Miami plays their home games.
Right. Let's play a home game, national championship game there. And I know that's not
predetermined.
Yeah, it's way determined. So
heck of a year for Miami to be in a national title game.
Right. So is there something you do look at maybe having this game played somewhere else in the in the future? But wherever you play it, there's going to be close.
Good luck convincing the Citrus Bowl or the Orange Bowl, whatever it is now.
Anyway, that's
to
over.
Give this up in the name of fairness.
Indiana's up favored by 8.5. Let's roll. Let's go Hoosiers. Come on.
It's weird. I have seen a couple of different lines for this. I think the one that I saw was Indiana by 5.5. Either way, what's so wild to me is that people are still saying that the stadium may be split because Indiana travels so extremely well.
Yeah.
This is a fan base that is massive. The University of Indiana has a super large alumni base.
Yeah.
And
once in a lifetime for how many of these people?
These people have never had a good football team to cheer for. And now they have one, and they're traveling all over. I mean, every game that they've played in so far, IU fans have dominated the stadium.
Yeah.
And regardless of location, and even though this game is being played in Dade County, I think that it's still going to be a pretty large contingent of Indiana fans.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a very interesting game.
I hope so. Just so long as Indiana wins. I hope so.
The crazy thing about Indiana, we've mentioned this a bunch, is that they don't make mistakes.
Right.
And
that's very fundamental.
That starts with Fernando Mendoza, who has more touchdowns than incompletions in the 2 playoff games that they've played so far.
Mm-hmm.
He's completing like 75% of his passes. He's the first overall pick. He's going to be a Las Vegas Raider. And he's also the only quarterback that I feel really good about going into the NFL this year. Like, I was already iffy on Dante Moore. I think he's very talented. I think he could be a very good quarterback. But I just, with him going back to Oregon, I don't know who you turn to. Carson Beck, maybe.
Yeah.
But is Carson Beck a first-round talent at any position other than quarterback?
Yeah, it's a weak class, isn't it?
It's a weak quarterback class past Fernando Mendoza, and the Raiders are very excited that they had the first overall pick because he looks like he's going to be so good.
Yeah. Yeah. Next year's quarterback class, if you're looking for a quarterback, hold off one more year because next year's going to be the year to go get a quarterback. But
Dante Moore going to be the headliner of that, I'm sure.
Manning come out.
Yeah, Arch Manning, who started the year as the Heisman favorite before any games had been played.
Yep.
Did not live up to those expectations. Texas kind of went into the shadows, and all of a sudden Arch Manning started looking like a really good quarterback when no one was paying attention.
Exactly. The pressure these kids get put on them for, you said, Arch, he never really even done anything yet, and he's a Heisman Trophy candidate leader to start the season.
He was the top-ranked quarterback in his class, had shown flashes backing up Quinn Ewers to the point where Texas was okay taking Quinn Ewers and going, hey, buddy, you need to move along.
Right.
And, again, I really like Arch Manning. I think he is so extremely talented. And the game is starting to slow down for him.
Right.
Halfway through his first year as a starter, he started looking like a guy with a little bit of experience.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, he becomes a much better quarterback. Texas is really, really boosting that wide receiver room this year. Got Cam Coleman, who transferred in from Auburn, who was the number 1 wide receiver in his class a couple of years ago. I think that Texas is going to be a team to look out for this year. And we're talking about the national championship game, but
right.
And you're talking about quarterbacks that'll be available in next year's draft. Arch Manning certainly will be near the top.
I just threw you a curveball.
Sure. Hey,
let's get back to the heater. It's a nice game.
I've watched a lot of college football in my life, and I will continue to do so. I can talk it all day, but if Miami wins this game, I will say I've been down on Carson Beck a lot coming into this year. I spoke about it on the show at one point, how I didn't really expect Carson Beck to be able to lead Miami to the national championship game. Well, that 2-minute drill, when they badly needed it, he got it done, and he had a really good semifinal game. And I think that if he can do that again I think that gives Miami a shot, but it's going to come down to Miami's front four.
Yeah.
And the play of Ruben Bain and all of those guys who have been just lights out in this playoff run. Can they do enough to disrupt Fernando Mendoza? Because the thing is, here's what any defensive coordinator will tell you. If you can get a pass rush, if you can get a good pass rush, you get after the quarterback and only bring 4, then it gives you such a better chance because you have more guys to drop into coverage. I personally believe that you cannot get a good pass rush with less than 4. I despise defensive play callers who want to rush 3 and drop 8. I hate it. I hate it with a passion because I don't think you can consistently get a good pass rush rushing 3. The only time I think is acceptable is if you have at least 2 of those guys that are freaks. I mean, if you've got I'll bring it down to the high school level. Watching Hoisington this year, they had Leighton Hoffman at nose guard, who was a monster, and Brody Fonensteel, who was a junior this year, and he's a monster. And he's getting D1 offers from KU, K-State, recently picked up an offer from Arkansas. This is a kid who's going to play edge rusher at the D1 level. And so when Hoisington was rushing 3, and they had pretty good spots rotating at that other defensive end spot, guys that rotated in there that would be the premier edge rusher on a team that didn't have a guy like Brody Fonensteel. Hoisington brought 3 pretty consistently because they knew they could get home with Leighton Hoffman and Brody Fonensteel working together and whoever that third guy was, depending on the snap. When you have guys like that are that high a level above their competition, then yes, you can bring 3, drop 8, and get things done. But in college football, unless you have 3 guys that are going to be first-round draft picks, I don't think you can bring 3 and be successful with it. Miami, though, brings 4 pretty constantly. They have that designated pass rusher in Ruben Bain, who's had a fantastic year and will be a first-round draft pick this year. If they can get to Fernando Mendoza rushing 4, if Ruben Bain goes off and has 3 sacks tonight and a couple of other pressures, I think that gives Miami a chance. I still think that Indiana can beat them because of their commitment to running the dang football. But I think that here's how I'm setting this whole thing up. Everything has to go right for Miami for them to have a shot. That's kind of just watching these 2 teams. I think they're a good enough team to manufacture that chance, but they have to do it right. And even then, I still think Indiana's good enough to win.
So tonight's game's going to depend on what?
Oh, man. It's going to sound cliche, but I think line of scrimmage.
Exactly.
I think that the team that wins the line of scrimmage,
exactly.
The same as every other football game that's ever been played.
You just talked about how Miami has to get pressure and what have you, but Indiana's going to run the ball. It goes back, I mean, football coaches are football coaches. You win from the trenches.
Yeah.
You know, offense, defensive line, that's where you're going to win from. Carson Beck has had up and down games throughout the year. If he has a down game,
it's over.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be a very good game. But yeah, I think the trenches, and I hope Indiana is just going to come out and do what they do. You know,
it's been, and you know, I've been speaking about it since after the first round. The story of the college football playoff has been the play of defensive front sevens. And the 2 teams that are in the national championship game are the teams that have dominated other teams' offensive lines. And it's gotten Miami and Indiana to where they are. And even though, yes, Fernando Mendoza, like I mentioned earlier, worthy of recognition, more touchdowns than incompletions over these 2 games. The play of the front 7 for both of these defenses has gotten them to this point.
All right. And then go back to the NFL. Look at, the defenses there. Yeah, Houston had a great defense, and, it didn't last there, but that quarterback situation, that game, is a little different. It
was poor.
Yeah,
it was
quarterback poor. Bad, 4 turnovers. He had 7 in the last 2 games. But
tough to win when you turned the ball over 5 times.
Right. And that's, or
which
4
times.
I
think the Bills also turned the ball over 5 times.
Yes, they did. I think so. So
the Bills had 5 turnovers and still scored 30 points. All right, continue. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Turnovers in the front in the trenches will be the game tonight, in my opinion. But again, I'm an armchair quarterback, manager, GM from Kansas.
Somebody's got to talk about it, right?
Right.
All right, we gotta hit our next break. You're listening to Sports Day live from the Mayo Money Management Studio. Want to let you know that Sports Day is brought to you in part by Kern Floor Service, whether you need a new ceramic, porcelain, or natural stone floors. Their knowledgeable and friendly flooring experts are here to help you find the perfect floor for your home decor and budget. Visit the Great Bend Showroom at 908 Coolidge to see, touch, and feel the latest styles. Also, by Cody Crook of Red Cedar Land Company. Whether you're looking to sell your land or find the right property to buy, Cody takes pride in understanding your goals and making the process as smooth as possible. Call Cody at 620-617-7320 or visit redcedarland.com. This is Sports Day. We're back with more right after this.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec.
Sports, leisure, fitness, and wellness, even senior and adaptive needs. It's all here at the Great Bend Rec. Pick up a program guide or stop by the rec office at 1214 Stone in Great Bend or check out the all-new website, greatbendrec.com. Live, play, explore at the rec.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Live, play, explore at the rec.
Needing a healthcare plan for your business? Let the experienced team at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your needs. Whether you're a large company or a small business on Main Street, FCMI can help you provide employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. From setup to ongoing support, they handle it all. Schedule your free no-obligation health assessment today at freedomclaimsinc.com. That's Freedom Claims Management Incorporated, with locations in Great Bend, Russell, and Plainville. Selling your farm or ranch acres can be stressful. At Red Cedar Land Company, they are extremely diverse in the number of ways they can represent you, and they tailor each project to meet their seller's needs. One of the biggest questions for a seller is, what is my land worth? At Red Cedar Land Company, they offer a free market analysis to help you better understand the value of your land. You deserve a better selling experience. Put your trust in Red Cedar Land Company. Call Cody Crook with Red Cedar Land Company at 620-617-7320.
Senior Doors, this is Hadley.
Hadley, what are we going to do today?
You have to work at Senior Doors. What if there's another power outage?
You're right, Hadley. People rely on us to be able to get into their houses and businesses. That is why we sell electric operators with battery backups and have been serving the community longer than anyone.
Does that mean you're getting old, Papa?
Not old, experienced.
Garage door service and repair at C&E Doors in Great Bend and Hayes.
Hey, high school juniors. This is Barton Community College President Marcus Garstecki. Want to see what your future looks like? Join us for Junior Day on Friday, February 13th at Barton, and let us show you. It's full of fun, food, giveaways, and campus tours. Plus, $3,000 in scholarships up for grabs. Explore career paths in nursing, business, welding, ag, or any other field. Barton has a path for you. Sign up at juniorday.bartoncccc.edu.
Welcome back into Sports Day. Brant Autry here with you. We've got Garrett Fitzpatrick in the studio on this Monday. Like having Garrett in here on Mondays. Garrett's a good talker and just lets us go over what happened over the weekend. 1 second. And Garrett, thanks for coming in.
Not a problem.
As always.
Water Cooler Monday.
Water Cooler Monday. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. That's what we're going to call this segment
now. Water Cooler Monday.
This hour-long thing. Thumbs up from Landon over there in the corner. He likes it.
Landon does a great job over in the corner.
Landon does do a great job. If you're watching this right now, it's because of Landon. He takes time out of his day every single day.
So if you don't want to look at my face so much, contact Landon and have him change that camera view.
Give Landon a call while we're on the air. Let's talk a little bit of high school wrestling, Great Bend specifically. Gonna try and make this a part of the show later in the week. Still not confirmed, but Great Bend Lady Wrestling has a really, really impressive athlete right now in Camden Post. Currently, the number one ranked 110-pounder in 5A. And what's happening right now with Great Bend Wrestling, because we know that Trent Kern, Jose Bustamante, we know those names from football season. They are continuing to be great on the wrestling mat. Camden Post, a number one ranked wrestler, being number one in an individual sport at any point is a little bit of a different animal. And what Post has been able to do, the season she's been able to put together so far this year, really impressive stuff.
Yes, it is. She's in a. I've only seen her wrestle once this year, and that was at the first tournament of the year. So I really haven't seen her wrestle since then. But yeah, I mean she's a great wrestler. The Great Bend has some good wrestlers right now. It's going through, and every year it seems like you're wrestling. Great Bend has a good team. Hoisington, Lerner's got. We'll talk about Lerner here in a little bit. They've got a good team going right now. Some girls. So
yeah, Rex Kern and I believe his first year.
Yeah, the first year as a head coach.
The head coach of Great Bend Wrestling.
Yeah, he's been coaching wrestling in Great Bend for a number of years, through the youth when the kids are little all the way up and stuff.
And now coaching his son.
Yes, coaching his son.
Trent's got a little bit of a knee injury. He's out for the moment, but he'll be back before too long.
Yes, he's a good one.
Get
him healthy. He's got to be healthy.
I mentioned this a lot during football season. That dude's just terrifying.
Yeah.
And he's a nice kid, and I've spoken to him off the air before, and had him in here in the studio last week, talking about Shrine Bowl stuff. Watching that dude's film, it's terrifying.
Right.
He's just a heat-seeking missile, and a big body. He's about 6'2", 225, 230, something like that. I think he's wrestling at 225 right now. 215. He's wrestling 215. May have cut down a little bit. I don't know. Either way, fast and just very, very little regard for his own safety when he's coming after you. And I imagine, again, I haven't seen him wrestle this year. I imagine that makes you a very good wrestler.
Yeah, he's a little intimidated out there, and he goes out there and takes care of business, And by the way, speaking of that, congratulations to him and Dax Smitten for being in the Shrine Bowl. That's very great accomplishment. So shout out to those two for that.
And to Coach Beck for making it as a coach as well.
Right. You're right.
He will be the offensive play caller, so he's taking his quarterback along as well.
Yep. So
and that's a really cool deal for Great Bend High School.
Yes, it is. But the girls had a good showing at the
Newton Tournament of Champions.
Yes, which is a very tough tournament. A lot of very quality teams there. So I think I gave you some numbers there you can run through. But congratulations.
We've already talked about Camden Post. She finished in second in this tournament. Micah Elligood finished in fifth. Kira Leva finished in seventh. And Ridley Swanson in eighth. On the boys' side, Cal Schartz in 138 finished in fourth. Tristan Tomlinson at 157 finished in seventh. And Trent Kern at the 215-pound weight class finished in fifth. And like you said, a whole lot of wrestlers at this tournament in Newton.
Yeah, it's a good tournament. So shout out to Kira. She also works for the rec center during the summer and the fall. So shout out to her. Is
there a wrestling program over with the rec?
No, we do not. No, there is a youth program in the community, and they do a wonderful job. They've got, like I say, Coach Kern was when he was, worked all the way up through, and they've got a great organization in the community. So there is wrestling for youth, but no, the rec center is out of the wrestling program.
Fair enough.
So, just going to touch base on some Larned. They were out at Scott City, the girls and the boys, this last weekend. They had a nice showing out there. Paisley Weisberg finished first. Maya Munden finished second, and she also got her 100th career win. So big shout out to Maya.
It's a heck of a milestone.
Yes, it is. Kara finished third, and Mariah Nolte finished fourth. And the boys, Connor Mills finished second, and Michael Wilder finished third. So big shout out. They've got those four girls there doing some good things for Larned this year. And the boys, we got a couple there and starting to build up some youth in there to get some inexperienced wrestlers, trying to get them some mat times and start building for the future. So but those two young men are doing a good job. There's another Wilder boy that was hurt a little bit this weekend and didn't wrestle, but they've got some talent there going. So Coach Ball over there and Coach Slater doing a good job.
Absolutely. All right. I'll tell you what, we went a little long in one of these earlier segments. We'll end this one here. We got to take our next break. When we come back, we'll talk about some Jayhawk Conference basketball. How does that sound?
There you go.
All right. You're listening to Sports Day live from the Mayo Money Management Studio here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Hey, Cougar fans, this is Brant Daughtry, voice of the Barton Cougars. Cheering from the stands is great, but you can give our athletes a true competitive advantage by joining the Cougar Booster Club. Boosters provide the best equipment and facility upgrades, helping Barton athletes succeed at the regional and national level. Whether you're a business or an individual, your support matters. Call 620-792-9377 and become a Cougar Booster today. Go Cougars!
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Service from people you know, quality products and professional installation. That's Kern Floor Service. Stop by Kern Floor Service and browse through the different selections of flooring from laminate to vinyl, carpet, wood, and ceramic tile. See their selection of area rugs or special order the one that fits your decor, and don't forget, they can spice up those countertops too. So stop by Kern Floor Service today. Kern Floor Service, 908 Coolidge in Great Bend.
Central and Western Kansas residents, are you looking for a new vehicle? Marmy Auto Group can make it happen. Marmy Auto Group includes Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram, Chevrolet, and GMC. Marmy Auto Group, your Central and Western Kansas dealer, has new and pre-owned vehicles, or we can special order your vehicle today. If your existing vehicle needs serviced, Marmy's award-winning service department can help. Come to Marmy Auto Group on 10th or marmys.net. Marmys, make it happen.
Sutherland's is your complete home improvement and hardware store. Tens of thousands of products are in stock at everyday low prices. Sutherland's also offers custom buildings, including post-frame barns, garages, and deck packages too. The friendly and knowledgeable staff at Sutherland's, always ready to help you with any project. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, plywood, and OSB, fencing, power tools, furniture, and more. They simply sell for less. Sutherland's, West 10th, Great Bend, helping America build it better since 1917.
Welcome back into Sports Day. Brant Daughtry here with you alongside Garrett Fitzpatrick, Landon Winkler over there in the corner, running the video. Sports Day today is brought to you in part by Equity Bank. There when you need them, bank local, save big. With in-person banking and business banking, visit equitybank.com for more information. Equity Bank in Great Bend, Hoisington, and Larned. Also in part by C&E Doors, your full-service garage door company. Follow the orange sign south of 10th and Harrison. All right, I told you we were going to talk about some collegiate basketball here, specifically in the Jayhawk Conference. We'll get to other college basketball here towards the end of the show, I suppose. I just want to look at standings right now, see where everybody is. Barton's women have not had the year that I think that Coach Clark was looking for. Currently, they sit in 9th place in the 13-team league. They are 6-12 overall, 4-7 in the Jayhawk Conference. The good news is, though, they're only 3 games out of jumping 4 spots, so they could get back into the upper half of the conference pretty easily if they can string some wins together. We're at the halfway point of the conference season. 13 teams, they all play each other, so you get 12 games. You play the first 12, and then you play the second 12. Pretty easy math. Barton's women 4-7 through the first 12, and I think looking for a little more consistency, Garrett. I don't know if you've watched the team at all this year. I've watched all but 2 games that they've played in.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to be much help with the basketball, Barton basketball. I'm sorry.
No. You're good. So want to let everybody know that right now, Dodge City, who Barton has on Wednesday, is currently the number 4 team in the country. They were the number 1 team in the country for a long time. Last week, they lost to Butler. So now both of those teams have identical records. Butler and Dodge are both 11-1 in conference play, 16-1 overall. Butler holds the win over Dodge City. Dodge City, though, I think fell only to 4th. I think Butler is in the top 15. 2 very good teams. Hutchinson and Coffeyville are next at 9-3 in the Jayhawks. Seward County at 8-4. Garden at 7-4. Cowley 6-6, Colby 5-7, then Barton at 4-7. And Barton gets another crack at this Dodge City team. The first game between Dodge and Barton was really interesting on the women's side because Barton held a lead going into halftime. At halftime, it was a late run by Dodge. They got a 3-point lead at halftime. That's how they went into halftime. I believe this was the conference opener. This was the conference opener for both of these teams, and Barton kind of fell off towards the end, and Dodge ended up winning, I think, by 15 or so. But it's still a much closer game than that final score indicates. Barton hung with Dodge for a long time in that game, and I wonder if Dodge is all nervous, especially coming off that loss to Butler. Now they've won 2 games since then, so it's been, I don't know. We're about halfway through. It really does feel like Dodge and Butler have separated themselves as the 2 best teams on the women's side of this conference. So a little bit of separation on the women's side, and Barton with a chance to kind of gain ground. Where there is absolutely no separation is on the men's side. Dodge currently in the lead there as well at 9-3 in the conference, 13-5 overall. But Barton is down at 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8th. They are 8th. They are one of 5 teams with a 6-6 record in the Jayhawk Conference. They are also with Cowley, who Barton just got a win over on Saturday. Garden City, Cloud County, and Northwest Tech are all 6-6 in Jayhawk Conference play. Coffeyville and Independence 7-5. Butler and Seward 8-4. Then Dodge sits alone at 9-3. Barton with a chance to topple them. Garrett, what's really fun about this league, there is 0 separation with any of the teams that have a 500 record or better. And Hutchinson sitting at 5-7. They have a win over Barton. They can take anybody down as well. Really, Colby and Pratt are out of it. They're both 2-10. But other than that, I mean, this is just this league is neck and neck. It's going to be a nail biter all the way down to the finish. At the halfway point, there is we really don't know who the best teams are in this conference.
Yeah, and that makes it exciting because, like I said, they play everyone twice,
Exactly.
home and away. So
Exactly.
if you've got a close conference, that makes every game just so crucial. And if for every road game you can pick up a W in, man, that's big time.
And against Dodge City as well, who again is the number 1 team in the conference. So on Wednesday night, Barton with a real chance to take that over a little bit. I'll be interested to see how they attack Dodge. I think Dodge won this matchup the first time. Let me check that, actually. I can't remember who won. I think Dodge beat Barton. I think it was a relatively close game. Let me schedule. Looking at the schedule.
Nebraska best.
It was Dodge. Barton got a win over Dodge in the first conference game of the year.
Good
for Barton. 85-78. It was a really good game. Wesley Rosa has been named Conference Player of the Week a couple of times. Their guard, he's not the guard. They have 2 players that have won Conference Player of the Week multiple times. Dodge City has. One of them is Wesley Rosa, who that man. One thing I've learned, one thing that's been told to me about the Jayhawk Conference, not a whole lot of true centers, not a lot of guys that are 7-footers and plus. Dodge has one. Young man by the name of Wesley Rosa, who stands at 7 foot 2 inches, 200 and I'm gonna guess 250 pounds.
Really?
That dude is a redwood tree. He is massive, and you can tell, from my perch up above everything. Sometimes guys that are, you can tell who the small guys are, the medium guys are, and who the big guys are. You can't really tell a whole lot of difference between 6'3" and 6'5",
right?
Or 5'10" and 6 foot, things like that. Wesley Rosa standing amongst all the other tall guys was so clearly the biggest dude in that spread. There's this thing in basketball where you measure guys in shoes and you give them maybe an extra inch or 2. Wesley Rosa I think he would be a legitimate 7'2". That dude is massive, and he plays like it too. He's a really good athlete.
Really,
and
wow.
He doesn't score a ton. I think he's averaging 7 points a game, 8 rebounds, something like that. He's not Shaquille O'Neal out there dominating competition, but he is going to make an impact in this game. And Barton, who had kind of gone away from using their true center, Majak Chol, sophomore out of, I believe, South Sudan, had a kind of a rough year, started the year in the starting lineup, kind of fell out. His minutes have been going down. He got back in the lineup last week against, who did Barton beat on Saturday? It was Cowley. They beat Cowley on Saturday. Barton got him back in the starting lineup, and he played really well. And I wonder if they'll go back to Majak Chol as kind of answering a 7-footer with a 7-footer and seeing what the game plan is there. I'm very interested to see how they account for Wesley Rosa. And it just that again, they're at the top of the conference. Dodge City 9-3. Barton's already got a win over them. One of their 3 losses was in Flesky Fieldhouse, and it just goes to show. I've said it over and over again. Barton is a couple of plays, maybe 1 or 2 plays a game from being 10-2 in conference play. I think that they are they've needed big plays towards the end of games, and they just haven't gotten them. I really think that there are only 2 games that they were out of where they didn't have a shot to win at the end. And I'm very excited to watch the second half of Jayhawk conference play, and it gets started on Wednesday.
Yeah, sounds like that'd be a big game for Barton to get if they can go
Absolutely.
out to Dodge and beat them out there on their court. Get 2 games up on the best team right now, record-wise. That'd be huge.
All right, we got to hit our last break of the show. Sports Day is brought to you in part by Great Bend Rec, providing quality leisure, cultural, sports, fitness, and educational programs to improve the quality of the community and the individual lives of their community members, and also by Freedom Claims Management. Let the experienced and dedicated staff at Freedom Claims Management, Inc. customize a health insurance plan that fits your business's needs. We'll look ahead at the week in sports on the other side. You are listening to Sports Day live from the Mayo Money Management Studio here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
The need for nurses is constant. Barton Community College offers practical and registered nursing programs in Great Bend and Pratt. The affordable and challenging coursework is taught by experienced instructors who care about you and have a passion for teaching. Get hands-on training for this high-demand field with state-of-the-art simulation labs and on-site clinicals. The priority application deadline is January 31st. Apply online at nursing.bartoncccc.edu.
Senior Doors, this is Hadley.
Hadley, what are we going to do today?
You have to work at Senior Doors. What if there's another power outage?
You're right, Hadley. People rely on us to be able to get into their houses and businesses. That is why we sell electric operators with battery backups and have been serving the community longer than anyone.
Does that mean you're getting old, Papa?
Not old, experienced.
Garage door service and repair at C&E Doors in Great Bend and Hayes.
Selling your farm or ranch acres can be stressful. At Red Cedar Land Company, they are extremely diverse in the number of ways they can represent you, and they tailor each project to meet their seller's needs. One of the biggest questions for a seller is, what is my land worth? At Red Cedar Land Company, they offer a free market analysis to help you better understand the value of your land. You deserve a better selling experience. Put your trust in Red Cedar Land Company. Call Cody Crook with Red Cedar Land Company at 620-617-7320. Needing a healthcare plan for your business? Let the experienced team at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your needs. Whether you're a large company or a small business on Main Street, FCMI can help you provide employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. From setup to ongoing support, they handle it all. Schedule your free no-obligation health assessment today at freedomclaimsinc.com. That's Freedom Claims Management Incorporated, with locations in Great Bend, Russell, and Plainville.
Sports, leisure, fitness, and wellness, even senior and adaptive needs. It's all here at the Great Bend Rec. Pick up a program guide or stop by the rec office at 1214 Stone in Great Bend, or check out the all-new website, greatbendrec.com. Live, play, explore at the rec.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Live, play, explore at the rec.
Welcome back. Final minute and a half or so of this episode of Sports Day on this Monday afternoon. Brant Daughtry here with Garrett Fitzpatrick. And Garrett, we have a freaking loaded week of sports on our airwaves here at Eagle Media Great Bend. We'll go ahead and tell you, we've already talked about it here today. National Championship, Miami and Indiana tonight at 5:30. You can hear that right here on 1590 KVGB, 95.5 FM. Starting at 3:30 over on 100.7, coverage of the annual Winter Jam Tournament over in Hoisington gets underway. Myself, Gary Wagner.
No Gary Wagner will be in
Gary
St.
Wagner.
John's.
Gary Wagner will be elsewhere. Randy Gehring.
Okay.
Myself, Randy Gehring, and Caden Sanders, the voice of Hoisington Cardinal basketball, will be on the air for those games. We'll carry every single game of the Winter Jam tournament. Gary Wagner, who we've already mentioned, the Winter Jam starts today at 3:30.
The boys play Inman at 5 o'clock, and girls will play Cimarron tonight at 6:30.
Yes, that's
and Wags and Buddy Tabler will be on the call.
The Midwinter Classic. Yeah, those two have done a whole lot together, huh?
Yeah, they have.
Very familiar.
Very familiar with each other. They don't have any fun on the radio neither. No fun at all.
All right. Those are Midwinter Classic, Winter Jam, and the Salina Invitational Tournament, which starts on Thursday. Great Bend traveling to play in that. All three of those tournaments will be on our airwaves all week long. Gary Wagner, like we said, will be handling Larned. Myself, Randy Gehring, and Caden Sanders will be handling Winter Jam. Mike Hesher handling the Great Bend Panthers.
If you're a basketball junkie, it's a good week for you.
It is a great week for basketball. Listen to it on the radio. Come out and see it. That's going to do it for today's show. Garrett, thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
Big thanks to Landon Winkler over in the corner. I'm forgetting people's names today.
Go Indiana Hoosiers.
Go Hoosiers. I just want a good football game. I'm Brant Daughtry. Thank you for having me. We'll do it all again tomorrow, same time, same place, 12:30, right here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.